Hey guys, Brandon Montemare here with Montemare & Associates, your number one real estate resource. So there's no doubt that this market is shifting and changing. There are a lot of talks about recession, the interest rates are up, but one of the things we got to keep an eye on, all right, and stay positive about is anytime there is a shift in the market like this, there are opportunities. So let's jump in and talk right now about 7 of the mistakes that investors make, all right, when they're buying investment properties, all right? Let's jump on in. So number one is not starting, all right? It's as simple as that. We get into what we call analysis paralysis, and we just look at numbers, we look at houses, but we never end up pulling the trigger and moving forward. So sometimes the best way to learn is to jump in and do it. And that's one of the biggest mistakes we see with investors is they never move forward. They sit there and analyze, and then they miss their opportunity. So that's why you got to have a great team on your side to help you walk through this process, understand the pros and cons, and decide whether or not it's a good investment and move forward. So number 2 is investing emotionally. So a lot of times we get emotional and we can't afford to get emotional when it comes to real estate investing. It's a business, right? You're not living in the house, so we can't necessarily trust our gut or have emotions about it. We got to look at the numbers and see if it makes sense, all right? One of the things we don't want to do is FOMO into the purchase, and FOMO, F-O-M-O, fear of missing out. Too many times we've seen people enter into the market at the peaks because they see everybody else doing it, they try to jump in, and then they get caught. Again, that's why you got to have a great team on your side to help you through that process, but we can't invest emotionally. Number 3 is underestimating expenses. Now, it's in our human nature to want to trust people who give us bids and stick to those numbers, especially if they align with what the numbers are saying on the paper, but we got to be conservative in this approach, especially right now where the cost of goods and services are up. Whatever bid you get, add 20-30% to it and make sure that you've got yourself covered. If the project still pencils at that point, then maybe it's a good one to move forward with. Number 4 is being too cheap, all right? There's times where we go in and we defer maintenance or we kind of cut corners on taking care of things, and then it comes back to bite us. So don't cut those corners, spend the few extra bucks, because in the long run, it'll take away a lot of headache and a lot of issues, all right? Number 5, kind of the opposite of being too cheap, is we're not cheap enough, all right? So as we go into these projects and we go to remodel or fix things up, we need to do it from the perspective of an investor and not as a homeowner. So there's a sink that you might like or flooring that you might like that you would put in your own home, doesn't necessarily mean we'd put it in the investment property to make the most money possible. So number 6 is only looking in your own backyard. So one of the things we got to know is that all different areas throughout the country have different opportunities. So there's some states out there that don't appreciate a lot, so the equity play is not as great, right? But they get great rents, they're consistent, so you can get a great cash flow. So we got to know what you're looking to accomplish, and then we can go start looking outside of our backyard into other areas, other states, and determine if that might make the most sense for you as an investor. And then last thing is trying to do everything by yourself, right? All great investors have a great team behind them. And again, that's what we're here to help you do. So whether it's investing locally or out of the area, we know great lenders, we know great contractors, we got great teams in place to help walk you through the real estate investment process if that opportunity is something you're looking to do. So there you go. Give us a call. We also have a property management group that we can help you out with that, and we've got you all covered. We'll see you next time.